Here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back. Now on first down. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And the former Heisman winner, this is Mark Ingram. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up a third down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. This seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. From midfield, here's Carr. Room here to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. A big 3rd down conversion with a gain of 28. Fresh set of downs here. Now a play fake here on first down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8, 4th.
Get a short run, and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tyrell Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? R-A-C?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. So the Lions go backwards there, and unfortunately that's something they saw a lot in 2015. They had to try for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Delvin Brown with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
Hey, it's another Oski, because that's the word we use when you intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well. That goes down as a loss against his rushing stats. But really, should he have to absorb that one? He had no chance on that play before they overwhelmed him.
Pretty much on top of him before he could take his first step. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. Throwing now is Carr. He goes underneath to Ingram. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Unable to get it to Gronkowski that time. And it's 3rd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
False start, offense.
Yeah, that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. The Vikings on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Carr to throw again. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Taco Charlton in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take the... And Detroit getting set to go now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Now Wentz on 3rd down. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And be brought down right around the 37.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and they're able to convert here on 4th and inches. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack looking for an opening. Not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Here's Wentz to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
I know it's a phrase that sounds really cool, strip sack, but all we're talking about is getting to the guy, getting to the passer, making the tackle, making the play, but do a little bit extra, right? Stripping the ball out, working the arm free. That's become a big emphasis for all defenders.
Yeah, as a defender with the emphasis, this is something that's practiced.
Practiced all the time. Taking the ball away, creating turnovers, that's really job one for any defense because that's how you win in today's NFL.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18.
Wow, that play got shut down in a hurry.
As soon as the snap came, you could see defensively they were just closing in. That was going nowhere.
Yeah, you count on your offensive line to give you a little bit of space, a little bit of time so you can make a move. There was none there for him.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. Elsewhere, second quarter in D.C. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. So they recover the fumble but could not take advantage of the short field. They do get 3.
And no one ever turns down 3 points going up on the board. But the offense will go to the sidelines wondering what if. While the defense on the other side, they'll celebrate holding them to just a field goal after giving up such bad field position.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it rolling.
Wentz on the move to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Malik Jackson in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Going up top for Kupp, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown 1 interception. Almost threw a 2nd one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
He finds Roberts, complete. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. They got 29 yards there. And it'll be 1st down, Detroit. From the red zone now, Wentz Flushed out right. Ertz over the middle. And the ball is knocked out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Carr to throw on second down. And some room to work. He's got room to run past the 20. And they're going to get this one up past the 25. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On first down, Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
There's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Carr will try it again on second down. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one. On play action, it's Carr. He's going to look deep down the field. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay, because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On the NFL scoreboard, second quarter in Nashville. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Lions will take over. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Play action. Now Wentz. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. First down now, but that clock rolling. On first down, Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Coney Ely in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. So we hit halftime. Sorry, Larry, your hard work appreciated by so many men and women, but not today as we get back to the action in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with it.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Grady Jarrett in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long. They were trying to set up that screen, trying to get that screen to formulate. Took too long.
Ends up taking a sack, and that leads you to a couple of other questions. Number one, why don't you just get rid of the football near the screen guy so that you don't take an interception? But really, the big one, they just took everything away, and he was really kind of flummoxed on that play and ended up taking the sack.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Gets a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Again, it's Kamara. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time, and it's 3rd and short.
That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
And he's got it to Hurns. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. A man who's been busy this.
So if I'm an offensive coordinator, there's one thing that I know for sure. This is one of the top 5 teams in the NFL against the run. So when I look at my play list, I'm probably thinking about throwing it.
Now Wentz. Forced out to his... And he will score! Touchdown, Lions! Carson Wentz. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled. And wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll get a couple yards on that one, and it'll make it 2nd down. On 2nd down, Ingram. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that'll help set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Some extra space following the display of power down just inside the 45. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Again, they'll run with Ingram. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter. And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays getting into the offensive backfield. So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Carr. Thomas barreling ahead. That's caught. It's Thomas. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass. And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a 1st down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And just as they thought they might be able to take that across and get the lead, a big red zone turnover. I know that I am defense-centric, and I want to give them a whole lot of credit, but I just can't believe after that drive, in that position, ball security paramount, they turn the ball over. Terrible. Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game. I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing. Dancing to his left. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the first with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it? It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically, but it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway, and now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs. And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. On play action, it's Wentz. And look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And Detroit getting set to go now. Throwing on first is Wentz. He finds an opening past the 40. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. To throw, it's Wentz. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Vikings offense works their way back, and they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. And a 20th carry now for Ingram. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
On third down, Mark Ingram. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this punt sails over the sideline, and the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Even with that broken tackle, can't go very far. Stops short of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. On second down, here's Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And they're facing a big third down now in this tie ball game. Throwing is Wentz. Over the middle, the connection to Hurns. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
Back to throw, Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
And a nice gain of 21 yards. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Completes it to Hearns. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Wentz to throw. And Moore has it. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. So just about a minute to go here, tie ball game.
As fans, we love free football. But the guys in the field don't. They're going to attack and go for the win right now.
Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They run it again with Kamara. Down right around the 25. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward. Because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go a long way.
Yeah, I was going to say, could take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. They'll run with Mack. And a big collision there as he winds up flat on his back. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a fourth down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass.
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the fourth quarter now. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. Back to throw. Carr looking deep for Demarius. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. Time to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL. And Detroit getting set to go now. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
First throw of overtime for Carr. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, and it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. Dodges him at the 50. Then he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say when you throw an interception like that in overtime? You don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game. First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. They'll run it now out of the gun. There he goes again, and they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Denzel Perryman coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Wentz. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this belongs to the Vikings. And my, how the tables have turned. They had a chance inside the red zone, punch that thing in and end it. Now we're going the other way.
And it's real easy to just look at them and say, boy, what an error, what a mistake you made. But how about the defense coming up huge?
And he is going to go down in the end zone. It's a safety, and the game is over. Now, partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted, but how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for Detroit, the final 2 weeks are going to tell the story for them as they move to 9-5 with the win. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Lambeau to take on the Packers.